Today we're going to do some review of section 2-1, and it is slope-intercept form. Alright, so to find slope from the graph, just on the graph we can count the rise over run. So if we start at this top point here, that point there, we can count the rise. So we go down 1, we go down 1, 2, 3. That's why it's -3, right? We go down, so it's rise over run. So my rise was -3. Well, my run, now from here we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we went in the positive direction, so it's +4. So for here, my slope is a -3/4. So that's just my m, just my slope, okay? And that's from this graph. All right, we can also find slope from the formula. So if we were given 2 points, we can take this first point here. Remember, this is my x1, y1, and then my second point down here to the right, this would be my x2 and my y2. So we can take those 2 points and find the slope. So the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, that should sound familiar. We've gone over that plenty of times. So if 0, 1 is my y1 and -2 is my y2, we want to put -2 minus 1 over my x2 is 4, my x1 is 0, so 4 minus 0. So -2 minus 1, now remember we're going more negative, so it's -3 over 4 minus 0 is 4. So we should have the same slope, -3/4. Alright, so now we're going to talk about slope-intercept form, or the equation of a line. We talked about it mostly as slope-intercept form, but it's also known as the equation of a line, which is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. Okay. All right. So now we're going to write the equation of a line that passes through the 2 given points. So we have a point -1, -2, and 3, 4. So we don't have to graph it. We can find this. So we first want to use the slope formula to find the slope. Okay. So again, the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if this is my x1 up top, y1, this is my x2, y2, well then my y2 is 4 minus my y1, which is -2, all over 3, which is my x2, minus a -1. So that's really important because we're always subtracting what our y1 and x1 are. So it's really minus a -2 minus -1. If you have to put parentheses around it, put parentheses around it. Because when we subtract negatives, remember, they become positive, or a few classes I've told you it becomes a super plus. So 4 plus 2 is 6 over 3 plus 1, which is 4. So that reduces to 3/2. So 3/2 is my slope. Alright, so that was just my first step. That just got me slope. So now we have to find the y-intercept because we have to write the equation of 1. We have to write y equals mx plus b. Well, I have my m, I need to find my b. So we're going to plug in the slope to find the y-intercept. Okay, so we have y equals, Well, instead of m, my slope is 3 over 2. So I'm going to put 3 over 2 x plus b. Okay, well, I don't know what b is, but we're given 2 points, so we have an x and a y. We're given -1, -2, and we're given 3, 4. So we're going to choose one of the 2 ordered pairs and substitute x and y. So we can either choose the first pair, -1, -2, or we can choose 3, 4. I'm going to select 3 and 4 just because they're both positive and I don't feel like dealing with any negatives right now. So y is 4, so I'm going to replace y with 4. My slope stays the same, and x I'm going to replace with 3 and add b. Alright, so now we have to solve for b. So we're going to simplify what we can. Well, this just becomes 3 over 1. When we multiply fractions, multiply straight across, so we get 9 over 2 plus b. Well, I have to get b by itself, so I'm going to subtract 9 halves from both sides. Now I know fractions, too bad. They're not going away. We have to make common denominators. So we have -9 over 2. Well, to get a 2 from the 4 over 1, I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by 2. So we get 8 over 2 equals b. Well, -9 plus 8 is -1 over 2 equals b. Alright, so now lastly, we're going to rewrite our equation of a line replacing the slope and the y-intercept. So we get y equals 3/2 x minus 1/2. And that is our answer. Alright, so because this is a video of me kind of going through it and you're listening to me talking through it, you can pause it, you can stop, you can rewind, you can watch it again. I want you guys to do that, okay? I'm gonna be answering emails, reminds, messages all day. If you have any other questions and you're still not getting it, you don't remember, then just reach out to me. I'll try to talk you through it, or you guys can look up Khan Academy videos as well.